Good afternoon. Thank you for the wonderful turnout. My name is George Ward. I'm on the board of directors for the Boston Classical Guitar Society. It's my pleasure to welcome you here today to this performance. This performance... this is for the closed circuit television. I'm sorry. You're on TV. You'll be on YouTube. Anyway, where was I? This series is brought to you by the Boston Classical Guitar Society, the Hingham Public Library, and the Scituate Federal Savings Bank. Today's performance is by the Boston Guitar Orchestra, conducted by Scott Borg. And this orchestra is a community-based amateur ensemble that is committed to performing and promoting the arts in New England. They perform at our artist series on a regular basis, and they are an integral part of the Boston Classical Guitar Society. So without further ado, please welcome the Boston Guitar Orchestra and Scott Borg.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's such a thrill to be here today. We were here, I believe it was 2 or 3 years ago, and we presented a program of, very, very famous songs ranging from opera to some Bach and many other things. What we wanted to do today is present a program of pieces that you probably have never heard before. And they're extremely varied from all different parts of the world. There's some tangos, there's some Renaissance music, there's some American music, there's some bassy, and there's also some other pieces which are newly commissioned works. One piece in particular, which I'll be talking to you a little bit about later on, actually had its premiere last night. And so it's a very new composition and a very new composition to us. As George mentioned, one of the great things about this group is it is a community group, and it has people from all different backgrounds. We have doctors, pilots, web designers, high school teachers, the list goes on. But one thing that they all share is the common love for music and the guitar. So what we would like to start with is a set of 3 Renaissance pieces. These pieces would have been played on a variety of early instruments. Most probably on some kind of woodwind or brass instrument. And so within this, you're going to hopefully hear a variety of different instruments kind of coming out everywhere. You'll hear kind of the sharp metallic sounds, but also the really kind of nice, dark, kind of melancholy sounds as well. The next piece that we would like to perform for you, it actually has kind of a bit of special significance for our group this year. As part of the upcoming Boston Guitar Fest, which is a week-long celebration of guitar music in the greater New England area, which is happening in June, so please check it out. The theme of this year is the eternal feminine. So as a result, we've decided to play a program of music by female composers. And one of the pieces which we will be performing at that concert is a piece by an African-American composer named Margaret Bonds. And she was a very prolific composer. And you know, she traveled throughout America and the world with her music. And she was one of kind of, you know, the main leading kind of authorities of females in music, especially in America. And so this piece is titled 3 Dream Portraits, and this is the second movement from that set of 3 pieces called Dream Variations. So what we'll actually do with this, there is also a poem that goes along with it, and so we'll read the poem, and so it gives you a bit of extra information about the piece. And we're actually doing something very unique with this piece as well. If you hear the, oh well, actually I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I'll let you hear, and then we can see whether you guys picked up on what the group was doing besides playing the guitar.
Dream by Langston Hughes. To fling my arms wide in some place of the sun, to whirl and to dance till the white day is done, then rest at cool evening beneath the tall tree, while night comes on gently, dark, like me. That is my dream. To fling my arms wide in the face of the sun, dance, whirl, whirl, till the quick day is done. Rest at pale evening, a tall, slim tree, night coming tenderly, black like me.
so that second piece that we just performed was by the famous Argentinian tango master, Astor Piazzolla. You know, I think one of the most important composers in tango music. The next piece that we would like to perform was a piece that was premiered last night at the New England Guitar Ensembles Festival. We actually had 71 guitarists on stage performing this piece, and so it was quite a spectacle. And so we've got, obviously we don't have 71 guitarists with us today, but this piece is written by the Italian guitarist composer Carlo Domeniconi, and he's very, very inspired by music of the East, and you know, his music, his philosophies, his kind of way of life, you know, is very inspired by the East, and you can usually hear all of this inspiration in his music. One of the really great things about this piece, which I think is wonderful, it's got many different layers of music. It's written in a way that it had to be played by a number of different people. For instance, yesterday we had this group, we had some collegiate groups, we had some high school groups, and so it was very different levels of playing. And so this piece was kind of crafted to be able to suit all of these guitarists. But what I'll actually do is I wanted to quickly get Don to say something about the piece and the inspiration for the piece, I guess.
So the piece is titled "Never Forget Atahualpa," and it's actually, I just heard Mr. Domeniconi telling about it last night, so I don't know that much, but it's about an Argentinian musician named Atahualpa Yupanqui, who was very famous in Argentina. I think mostly his compositions revolved around folk themes, and he was a folk guitarist. But he and Mr. Domeniconi shared a stage. And apparently at some point they got together, never talked about music. And Mr. Atahualpa Yupanqui had a machete of some sort and used it to peel a banana, and they shared a banana. And for Mr. Domeniconi, this was a profound experience. He used that experience, I think, to compose as a basis for his motivation to compose this piece. And maybe, I certainly hear some South American, Indian themes in it. Maybe you will.
This year for me has been a bit of a great year, and I was fortunate enough to welcome my first daughter earlier on this year, so I was very happy about that. And as a result, I wasn't able to be here as much as I wanted to, and so this year I was very fortunate to have another conductor in the group, John Zivos, who is the professor of music at Timberlane School up in New Hampshire, and who became the Boston Guitar Orchestra's co-conductor this year. So I would like to open up the floor to John to present a few pieces for you.
Thank you, Scott. It's been a pleasure. The first piece we're going to perform is one that I composed for this group. I like to compose pieces for guitar orchestra. I've been doing a lot of them over the last few years, and I've always wanted to do one for this group, so I finally got around to it this year, and it's called One for the Road. this might be one that you might recognize from our program today. It's an old Johnny Mandel tune called The Shadow of Your Smile, which I arranged for guitar orchestra. that featured Michael Bester on the improvised solo. And the last one I'm going to conduct is a tune written in the style of the great Count Basie Orchestra called Back to Basie. And it's going to feature Michael again and Wayne Hughes on the solos. One, two, three, four.
Just before we play our final piece for this afternoon, I just wanted to say thank you so much for all of you coming out today. Also wanted to thank George, the Boston Classical Guitar Society, and a big thank you to the Museum Library as well for hosting us here. It's always great for us to play here. I know that the guys here also love to play and be a part of the community and be a part of everyone's lives. This is, it's really been quite a dynamic year for all of us. Actually, pretty much everyone here in the group over the summer, we actually went to Spain and performed 7 concerts there, which was excellent, and we played at some beautiful, it was 8 concerts. There were so many, those just started to be the same. Yes, and it was fantastic. We got to play in the famous Ateneo Theatre. We played in the Romantic Theatre, and we also even played an impromptu concert, a midnight concert at just a park. And there was people walking by and listening, and it was a brilliant experience. For our final piece, we wanted to just give you guys a nice, quiet piece to end on. This is called Night.
Thank you very much. This concludes the concert. This would have normally been the finale, but because of the terrible winter, we had to do some rescheduling. So the last performance of this series will be next Sunday. We'll be featuring Jerry Johnston, and he does transcriptions from the Great American Songbook. He's a regular here, and he's very popular. Just as a reminder, there's a donation basket in the back, and any contributions are gratefully accepted and go directly to the orchestra. And for more information about the Boston Classical Guitar Society, go to bostonguitar.org. And once again, thank you, Scott, John, and the BGO for a wonderful performance today. Thank you for supporting live music.